board.
37.
Well, Priestley misses tops. Roith, despite that round-the-board effort in the last visit, has got 3 darts in his hand. He's looking at 2 16s. Double 8. Double 4. Well, hardly confidently thrown darts, Rod, were they?
No, well,
Dennis, you require 40.
Dennis is a bit miffed of what's going on. I mean, he's on these double top. He's thinking, well, if you're not going to take it, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth again. That's exactly what he's done. Straight in double top.
In the mid-90s, Rod, he hit that double top like a metronome, didn't he? And he was unerring in his accuracy on double top, and he always felt that if Priestley nailed double top early on, the writing was on the wall very early in the game.
Well, also with Dennis, when you stood behind him, he was always so good at taking out big shots. So you may go and hit 180, and you look around and Dennis is on 156, and you're always thinking he's going to take this out. And that puts, I talk about the fear factor that players have over other players. Certainly this guy had the fear factor. In the early days of WDC straight PDC, Dennis was the better player between him and Phil. There's no question.
Yeah, people forget that back in '94 when Priestley routed Taylor, Priestley was actually the favourite for that title. Taylor was only a second favourite, and as time's drifted on, that's difficult to believe, but that was the case in '93-94. Priestley was the top dog, wasn't he? Taylor had his revenge 4 times though at the Circus Tavern in finals: 96, 97, 98 and 2000. And do have to go a fair way back to find Dennis's last decent run in a World Championship now. To go back to 2002 to find his last quarter-final, which is a surprising statistic.
And yet you'd think these sort of tournaments would suit him, just playing the one game every now and again, than our tour events where you're playing 6 games in the same day, and he's been doing really well at the tour events. He's won, I think, 3 over the last 12 months, which is strange because they certainly tire him out more than what these do.
140.
That's Dennis's 4th ton 40 of the match.
The problem is with games like this, Rodders, and we've seen it a couple of times this week, you get a player that's not playing at the top of his game, and you think, I've only got to stay straight, as I say, but then that takes you off attacking the dartboard. So in the end, you play as bad as him, and it ends up a bit of a bad game. The crowd get a little bit on your back, which makes it worse at times. But soon as Priestley stepped it up a touch here, so if he can keep going, then it will certainly liven up.
122.
Well, one of the 15, not the 2 there, but he's still left himself a 2-dart check. Roy, I think, looks fairly edgy here. When he was at the Euros in his home country of Dinslaken in Germany, he's from Stuttgart.
85.
Obviously the crowd were on his side. It was more relaxing. It was a smaller and more compact venue. Very different to the Ali Pali, the huge hall here at the Ali Pali.
Yeah, I think consistency is down to his throw as well. It's a bit of a weird one. Priestley wants double top to go 2-1 up in his first set. He hit it first dart last time and he's hit it again. That's another good dart at double top. The first one at the top was a lovely guide as we said out there, the flight. He's just bounced it in, takes a 2-1 lead. As I was talking about Roith's throw, when you're bringing the dart right back like that, obviously you've got more chance of you being out of sync, being out of line. And a bit like a golf swing, you go over the top too much at the top, it's going to be harder to get back square on the ball, on impact. A little bit like darts, really.
85.
Yeah, he's starting off with his dart almost directly pointing at the ceiling. He's aiming at the light shades, Rodney.
Yeah, see, what he's having to do, he's having to release that dart perfectly every time. I know that sounds a bit silly, but with Dennis, because he's got his dart pointing at the treble 20 already, he's only got to follow the arm through. So we see this is aiming just above the treble, and he's just got to, you know, pull it back and release it on down, as we would say, down the line. And that's exactly what Dennis is doing. But Roith's having to really throw it like a bendy old arm coming over the top.
Wait, Priestley style gives you far more margin for error. This is going to have to be very accurate to throw with that style. It really is. Up and down.
100.
More than one way to skin a cat, more than one way to throw a dart. No points for artistic impression.
No, that's true enough. There's a lot of weird throws that have worked. Jockey Wilson for one.
How did that work?
Kerry Morgan, do you remember him, a Welsh fella? I mean, he had the weirdest one ever, I think. But certainly, they all work. But if you do look at the world champions, the multiple world champions, you know,
41.
Their throws are pretty spot on. Do you know what I mean? There isn't anything out of sync with them. Barney, when he's flowing, is absolutely brilliant. Gary Anderson, I know he hasn't won a world championship, but a beautiful throw. Lewis, you know, when he's on flying, you know, absolutely brilliant.
96.
Well, Priestley, who lost the first leg in this set and could have gone further behind, has gained control of it here, and especially with Roith spraying these around.
36.
Well, he shouldn't give this set up from here, Rod. 183, this is the area where, when you're on form, you're going to set it up. You're going to take it out at a maximum of 6 darts. We'll see what Dennis does here. We may have to switch. He's staying up there. Will he hit the flight?
100.
Settle for that, Rod, wouldn't he?
Yeah, every
Level
day of the
top.
week, because what he's done, he's put the pressure on Roith to hit minimum of 140 to even get a chance of this game. Dennis is going to come back. Minimum shot at the bullseye.
He'll stay there, surely, won't he? Yeah.
100.
Fancy him to nudge one down, but Priestley on a little 2-darter here. Treble 17 will leave him 2 at 32.
Be interested to see if this goes low. Yeah, again, I mean, that's a sign of he's just not on top of his form, because the darts are too low, and he's gone and missed that. And that's another low dart. He's missed a big number, but it is a low dart.
Yeah, Dennis will be saying to himself, you've got your sloppy head on, son.
43.
Well, a chance here for Bernd Roith. It's an outside chance, but he knows that if he can hit one treble, he'd get a shot at the bull. Treble 18. Well, no, so relief for Priestley.
41. Dennis, you require.
Well,
40.
double top for the set, and it'll be the third double top in this set. So he's hit it before, just aimed just inside the top wire. Don't want to split it.
Game shot.
A hat-trick
in the
of
first
double
set.
tops for Dennis Priestley. And the Mexborough Menace has taken the first set. On his 21st appearance at the World Championships, the Grand Old Man of Darts leads Bernd Roith 1-0.